been this. I guess is it with you and Steve Jones about who wrote which songs, and you're credited with all of the songs on the
Well,
on.
it was decided that it would go four ways. I don't know if I was totally happy about that, but that's the way it went, and I get credited on stuff that Steve come up with, and Steve gets credited on stuff what I came up with. And I didn't write all of them, although Pretty Bacon's my song, but like Anarchy and God Save the Queen, they were mainly my musical ideas and John's lyrics, and then Steve wrote stuff like No Feelings and Lazy Sod, which weren't the first three singles. So you can take
So
out of that what you want.
it was never collaborative. It was just you bring your
Well,
song.
a couple of the songs came from jam sessions in our little rehearsal place, like Problems and maybe something else. What else? Yeah, maybe Liar came from a jam session thing. You have the
Amazing.
music bits, and then John wrote some words which we never really knew what he was going on about because we couldn't hear him. He probably
What and
couldn't.
and what was it? What started? Was there someone that was pretty vacant, or who was this? What did you write about? Who was the
Well,
person?
I wrote that song because Malcolm had been going backwards and forwards to New York and had told us there was this scene over there. Now, the bands that were coming through, like the early Heartbreakers and Television, and maybe the Ramones were beginning to go down, but they hadn't made any records, so we had no idea what they sounded like. And Malcolm brought back this kind of list of songs that he pinned up on the wall in his shop. He would put like postcards from people up and things, and there was a list of songs. And the first song was um, open brackets in the arms of closed brackets, and then Venus de Milo or Milo, which I thought was a bit weird because I was at art school at that time, and I know the statue of Venus de Milo has got by David has got no arms because they'd fallen off. So I thought that was kind of a weird idea. And then the next song on this list was Blank Generation. And that kind of got me thinking, and what was going on in England and London was it's pretty much akin to what's going on now. There did seem this air of if you don't grab the bull by the horns and do something for yourself, you're going to come unstuck. So it gave me the Pretty Vacant idea, but I hadn't heard any of their music then. So that was kind of quite a good cultural kind of little spark to give you an idea. Oh.
Such a different time with it. Now you can hear everything, you know what everybody's doing all the time. You have access to it, but to not know what's going on, in another, cultural, uh, these bands that are, breaking new ground and not knowing. So you're doing your thing, they're
Yeah,
doing their thing.
yeah. So I think with the Pistols and maybe those other bands at the time, you had a chance to do your homework and kind of hone what you was going on about and your act or your music or your art, a little bit of everything, really. And now people just put up the idea that they've just had, and if it's a good one, that's cool. But if it's little bit half baked, which a lot of them are, you don't get that breathing space.
Yeah.
So I think when we did get our break, I suppose, post or the day after the Bill Grundy show, we were ready to go, but we'd already knocked everything into shape, I feel.